Hi, today we're gonna make Andersen's world famous split pea soup. This comes from the restaurant Pea Soup Andersen's, which I always thought it was Andersen's Pea Soup, and I learned that it's Pea Soup Andersen's. And my family and I went here 3 months ago. We were in Solvang, California, and this restaurant is in Buellton, which is next door to Solvang. And we went and we knew the soup was vegan, but when I walked in and I found in the gift shop next to the restaurant, they had the recipe, the original recipe of the pea soup, and it was not only vegan, but it was whole food, plant-based, no oil, if you can believe it. So I was shocked, and when I found this out, I had to do a video on it. It's so delicious. And I want to give you some fun facts about Pea Soup Andersen's. The business started in 1924, so about 100 years ago, by Anton, which is a man born in Denmark, and with his wife Juliette, who was born in France. They opened up this restaurant called Andersen's Electrical Cafe. And they called it this because their prized possession was an electric stove. And at that time, that was like a big deal. So they served regular food like sandwiches, pancakes, and then 3 months into it, Juliette decided to bring in a recipe, and it was for split pea soup. And it became so famous, and this was the focal point of the restaurant, and it really helped the restaurant to grow. Most of the customers that were coming to this restaurant were salesmen or tourists or truck drivers, and they were usually traveling from Los Angeles to San Francisco. And it was just like a stopping point. And now this Pea Soup Andersen's has become a tourist attraction. And then the son of Anton and Juliette got into the family business, and he renamed the restaurant Pea Soup Andersen's. So it switched from Andersen's Electrical Cafe to Pea Soup Andersen's. And eventually they sold the restaurant to another owner, and it had multiple owners over the years. But what still remains is the original charm from the original Pea Soup Andersen's, and also the Traveler Special is still on the menu, which is all you can eat split pea soup. So I'm going to share with you the recipe, and the only difference is that Juliette used a food mill, but back then they didn't have blenders. So we have a blender. We're going to use a blender instead of a food mill. Other than that, we're sticking to the original recipe. And so the recipe is in the description, and let's get started. Here are the ingredients you'll need. You'll need dry green split peas, 1 branch of celery, 1 large carrot, 1 large onion, thyme, cayenne, 1 bay leaf, salt, pepper, and water. First, you're going to get 1 pound of dry green split peas and rinse really well in a mesh strainer. In terms of cups, 1 pound of dry split peas is equal to 2 cups plus a 1/4 cup. Now you're going to add your peas to a large soup pot, and you're going to add 1 chopped celery branch, 1 chopped carrot, 1 chopped large onion, and 8 cups of water, which is equal to 2 quarts. Next, you're going to add your seasonings, and that's going to include 1/4 teaspoon of ground thyme, a pinch of cayenne, and 1 bay leaf. Mix it all up and allow your pot to come to a boil. As soon as it boils, you're going to continue to boil for another 20 minutes and set your timer. It's 20 minutes later, and now you're going to reduce your heat to a low simmer, and you're going to let your mixture cook for another 30 minutes until the peas are completely tender. It's 30 minutes later, and your peas should be completely tender. If they're not, you can let them cook for a little bit longer, and you can turn off the heat and you can add your salt. You're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Of course, you can use less or none if you'd like. And you're also going to add 1/4 teaspoon of pepper and mix. Now you're going to pour your mixture into a blender and process. And you're going to process it until it's smooth and creamy. And for me, that took about 1 minute of blending. But I did stop my blender every 15 or 20 seconds just to give it a break because it is a thick mixture. So once your soup is nice and creamy, you're going to pour it back into your soup pot, and you're going to allow your soup to come to a quick boil once more on the stovetop, and then you're going to remove it from heat immediately. And your soup is ready to serve. You've got yourself some of Andersen's world famous split pea soup. It's so delicious, and I really love it. So does my family, and I hope you do too. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please subscribe and like, and happy plant eating.